Let me start by asking you something a little provocative. Are you making a living or making it dying? Think about it for a second. Your job, that commute, the endless bills. When you walk through your door at the end of the day, do you feel energized, more alive? Or does it feel like you're trading away your life for money, bit by bit, so slowly you almost don't notice it's happening?
All right, so today we're going to dive deep into the ideas from a truly classic book, Your Money or Your Life. And let me be clear, this isn't about some restrictive budget or a get-rich-quick scheme. No. This is about a whole new roadmap for your financial life, a path that promises a very, very different kind of freedom.
The book kicks off by talking about something it calls the modern money trap. And I bet this is going to sound familiar to a lot of you. You know the drill, right? You work hard to earn money, you spend that money to live, and then you have to go right back to work to earn more. It's this endless hamster wheel that can just leave you feeling completely empty.
Let's look at a real story from the book. Meet Rachel Z. She was a super successful saleswoman, pulling in 70-hour weeks. And on paper, she had it all. The comfortable home, all the trimmings, everything she was supposed to want. But instead of feeling fulfilled, she just felt hollow. She kept asking herself, is this really it?
And then there's Don M. This guy checked every single box on the adulting checklist. College degree? Check. Job, wife, house, mortgage? Check. But instead of feeling like this accomplished, free man, he felt totally trapped, like a prisoner in the very life he'd worked so hard to build. And these stories are so common, right? This nagging feeling that the prize we were all promised isn't quite what we got.
And this isn't just a feeling. Check out this data. The authors of the book surveyed over 1,000 people, and what they found is, well, it's pretty shocking. Look at this chart. Whether someone was making less than $1,500 a month or over $6,000 a month, their level of happiness was basically the same. It barely moved. It's such a powerful piece of evidence for this huge idea. More money just does not automatically equal more happiness. It's just not true.
Okay, so when you realize that more money isn't the answer, it can lead to what the book calls a red pill moment, like in The Matrix. It's this total shift in how you see everything, and it all starts by challenging our most basic assumption about money itself. So, seriously, what is money? Is it just paper, coins, numbers on a screen? Maybe you'd say it's a means of exchange or a store of value. And yeah, those are the textbook answers. But the book argues that those definitions, they're missing the point entirely. They don't get to the heart of what money really is to us, day in and day out.
Okay, get ready for it. This is the big one. The core, transformative idea of the entire book. Money is not paper. It's not numbers. Money is your life energy. Think about that. It's a physical representation of the hours of your precious, limited time on this planet that you traded to get it. So every single time you buy something, you're not just spending dollars, you're spending a chunk of your life.
So, what do you do with that bombshell? How does this massive insight actually lead to freedom? Well, once you start seeing money as life energy, everything changes. Your entire relationship with it just gets turned on its head. And the book gives us a super practical 9-step program to make this new understanding a reality in your own life.
Okay, one of the first, most eye-opening steps is figuring out your real hourly wage. Not what's on your paycheck. You might think you make, say, $25 an hour, but then you start adding it all up. The time and money you spend commuting, the special clothes you have to buy for work, the money you spend to de-stress after a brutal week. Once you factor in all those hidden costs, your real wage can absolutely plummet. In this example, that $25 an hour job, it's actually only paying you $10 for every precious hour of your life. Wow.
The whole program really boils down to 3 key actions. First, you track every single cent, everything coming in, everything going out. And this is not about creating some miserable restrictive budget. It's about gaining total honest awareness of where your life energy is actually going. Second, you organize all that data into categories that actually make sense for your life, not some generic template. And then, here's the magic step, you evaluate it all.
Every month, for every category of your spending, you ask yourself 3 game-changing questions. Number 1, did I get fulfillment, satisfaction, and value in proportion to the life energy I spent? Basically, was it worth it? Number 2, is this spending in line with my values and my life's purpose? And number 3, this is a big one. How would this all change if I didn't have to work for money? See? This takes it from being about pinching pennies to being about consciousness.
And here's something absolutely crucial.
The whole process is guided by this simple, gentle mantra. No shame, no blame. This is so important. It's not about beating yourself up over past purchases. Not at all. It's about gaining clarity so you can make better choices moving forward, and doing it with a little self-compassion.
Okay, so where is all this tracking and questioning actually heading? It all comes together in one incredibly powerful visual tool that literally shows you your path to freedom. They call it the wall chart.
So here's how it works. Every month, you just plot 2 lines on a big chart on your wall. One line for your total income and one for your total expenses. And hey, in the beginning, for a lot of us, those 2 lines are going to be pretty darn close. Maybe your expense line is even higher. That's okay. This is just your starting point, your financial snapshot. But then, as you keep going, as you become more conscious of where your life energy is flowing, something truly magical starts to happen. That gap between your income and your expenses, it starts to get wider and wider. That gap is your savings, and that savings becomes capital. And pretty soon, that capital starts working for you, generating its own income. And that's when a 3rd line shows up on your chart, investment income, and you just watch it start to climb.
And this is what it's all building towards. The grand finale, the crossover point. This is that beautiful, incredible moment when the line for your investment income finally crosses above your expenses line. When that happens, you've done it. You are financially independent. From that day forward, working a job is completely optional.
But here's the thing. Reaching financial independence isn't actually the final destination. The book argues that true wealth is something much bigger, much richer, and way more fulfilling than just having a pile of money in the bank.
You see, the goal isn't just financial independence. It's also financial interdependence. It's this idea that, yeah, having security in your assets is great, for sure, but real, lasting security also comes from your relationships, from your community, from knowing you can count on people and that they can count on you. Things like sharing, helping each other out. That's a form of wealth too.
The book captures this perfectly with what it calls the ABCs of natural wealth. A is for abilities, all the things you know how to do. B is for belonging, the people who are right there with you in life. And C is for community, the society you give to and receive from. These are all assets, right? But you can't put a dollar sign on them, and they are absolutely essential for a truly rich life.
And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. Once you're free, once you don't have to work for money anymore, you finally have the time and space to ask yourself, what makes me come alive? Because as the theologian Howard Thurman famously said, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And maybe that's the ultimate freedom this whole journey is really about.